Hi Aries and welcome to Faylight Tarot. This video is for your wellness check-in for the next 4 weeks, that time period being pretty much late November through to mid-December. So as per usual, I have cleansed and pre-shuffled my cards so that I can take my time over that and I don't have to waste any of yours. Now, as any tarot reader will tell you, there are a lot of you out there, so take what resonates for you and leave behind what doesn't. And if nothing resonates for you, then that's okay. It's just not your reading. You can try again next time. However, should you like what you see and hear today, then please, by all means, do hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons, and you will be alerted to your next reading, which is going to be your general reading. Okay. So first of all, I want to apologise for not putting these wellness check-in videos sooner, but I myself wanted to take a little break for my own wellness, and I figured that it wouldn't have been good for me to do these readings authentically for you if I wasn't feeling up to it myself. So here we are, but everything's all good. On my part, everything's all decent. Right, so let's have a little look and see what is happening here for you. So I see that there is quite a bit of change for you that's been happening lately. And there's some things in here to maybe have a look at. Well, we will look at. But like I always do, I'll go through it all with you and then I'll give you some questions to ask yourself and so on. So your current energy to be going on with right now is the Ace of Wands. So it could be that you're taking a lot more action. Maybe you're feeling a bit more positive, a bit more fiery, more creativity. Maybe you're exploring new opportunities, new jobs. Tell me about the Ace of Wands for Aries, please. The Ace of Wands for Aries. Okay. Lovely. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'll take you. Very good. Right, we have the Ace of Swords. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Temperance card, the Three of Cups, and you've also got the King of Cups here. Okay. Yeah, I feel that you're really taking action on a few things because I think that you had a real heart-to-heart with yourself. An honest heart-to-heart with yourself, which is very encouraging. There's probably been some communication as well, maybe even a recent victory that spurred you on to carrying on with this new energy. Almost like you gained momentum and something that felt good, something that gave you good results. Because for a while there, with the Five of Pentacles, things were a little bit rough for you. Maybe you were in ill health, maybe you just felt that you were displaced somehow, maybe you had actually lost a job, a breakdown in a relationship, not necessarily romantic, but you knew that it was going to work out for you because you did have faith. And I think that one of the lessons that you learned there came from Temperance. It's that whole, like, don't be stressed out about it. What's meant for me will come for me. I just have to balance up these energies. And I feel that that was quite a revelation for you because it gave you perspective on what your purpose was and what you needed to do within yourself to get to that point. And what that's done is it's brought you into this place of celebration, which is wonderful. I think you also decided that you needed to be kinder to yourself and explore your emotions a bit more, which is absolutely perfect for you. Now I wonder if as well if there was somebody else on the side of you that was able to show you that compassion and to make you understand, look, it's all right to feel what you feel, but let's think about it, let's talk about it. And you've been brought into this new situation, which is absolutely wonderful. At the bottom of the deck for your subconscious and your hidden, we have the Three of Pentacles, we have the Moon card, the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands here, and you've also got the Hierophant there. So I think that there's some kind of a dynamic where you're working cooperatively with people. As I say, it doesn't have to be business, it could just be in general. People that you are creating something with, maybe even a new friendship group that you're trying to work with. With the moon energy here at the back of it, I feel that there's maybe some aspect of you, sorry, my next for some reason, feeling that you don't quite trust in their intentions, maybe. You possibly even worried about putting yourself forward within this group. So perhaps there's something there for you to look at, something for you to think about in the whole, okay, well, where is there fear for me? And the reason why I say that, Aries, is because I was watching something the other day, I think it was The Expanse, actually, and early on in it, and somebody hadn't told somebody something because they wanted to tell them in the right time. And the response that they got was, "You didn't tell me because you were afraid of me." And that made me really think part of the reason why we're not really honest, I think, with ourselves and with other people is because there's fear there. Fear of repercussion, fear of response, something along those lines. So maybe have a look at that. What is it about cooperation and group work or being in a group surrounding that has you hesitant? Because I feel that once you do that, abundance is coming your way. Um, New values are going to come to you. Understanding of your value as well. And the other aspect as well is that being open to this cooperation energy or working in a team, it has the potential to lead you to financial abundance and possession abundance of that nature. But again, that does require you to be proactive and actually understand, Aries, you're a likable person. You are very, very likable. People see you as this beautiful energy. So embrace that if you can. You know, the Queen of Wands, she's unapologetically charismatic. She knows how to win people's hearts. Part of what you need to do, maybe, is faith. And maybe think about some of the lessons that you have learned that has brought you to this current energy that you're at. So what is being neglected or forgotten? And that is the Hanged Man. That change in perspective. So maybe what's happening for you right now is you're in a process of change, which is always encouraging. But maybe there's a tiny little corner within that process of change that you haven't quite looked at yet. Tell me about the Hanged Man for Aries, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. You came in there. Right, we have the World card, we have the Eight of Swords, we have the Queen of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Four of Swords there. Interesting. Another message that comes through with the Hanged Man is that element of sacrifice. So what is being neglected, forgotten, the change in perspective, that element of sacrifice. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Sometimes it's just giving up a little of ourselves. there is no all or nothing that goes with it. And I feel that once you realize that and you make changes to that, there is going to be a completion of a cycle for you. So it could be that this guarded energy about you, possibly even stubbornness, um, is an ongoing life cycle for you. And once you expand that circle, there is going to be a new unity within you. And figuratively and literally, it may very well open up the world to you, um, because you're not going to be tethered to limitations, is what I can see. And right now, I understand that's a terrifying concept, because these swords that I've put around myself, they're there to protect me, but at the same time, they're very sharp edged, and I can cut myself on them. So, as much as it's a protective thing, it's also a damaging thing. Now, she could very easily navigate her way through these swords if she just raises the blindfold, but that means taking faith in yourself and certain people around you, which again is quite scary. Remember, faith came in previously, and when we were talking about that for the subconscious and the hidden. So, how do you do that? How do you take off that blindfold and realize that the swords, while they're very good at keeping other people out, they can also cut you by keeping you in? The way that you do that is by expressing your emotions. Also, once you start to really express your emotions and you start to become a bit freer with how you feel, your intuition also rises. And your intuition is something that is going to help you immensely. Um, I like to think that intuition is quite easily tied to your emotions. The more open you are, the more you receive. It's that as above, so below, that balance in nature. Like I've said previously, what you put out into the universe is what you get back in return, and it's that kind of thing that comes for you. Now you've got the Six of Cups and you've got the Four of Swords here. So I feel that there is perhaps something within your past that you need to reflect on if you want to investigate why that element of changing of perspective and having to possibly sacrifice something is a bit of a roadblock for you. So where does that come from? It comes from the past. The other message that comes through with the Four of Swords is that of healing. So once you do delve into your past and have a look and see at what point did I put up these swords, that will also help you to heal and help you to realize a few things about yourself. At the bottom of the deck, there is the High Priestess, the King of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Two of Wands here. Like I said before about the whole being in accepting and processing some of your emotions is going to be the way forward to you unlocking your intuition and communicating about it. Absolutely, communicating is key, is fundamental. You exploring your truth as well. And the lovely thing about that is that when it comes to exploring emotions and your truth as well, I personally feel and believe that there is no wrong way to feel. It's just how you feel. It should not be excused or made to feel sorry for, because your feelings are a response to something. And as such, if you just wear your heart on your sleeve with that, lay yourself bare, then the answers are going to come to you. And not only that, but with the Knight of Cups, he delivers messages of romance, if you like. He's in love with the idea of being in love. He pursues that. I feel that that's going to come for you. There's going to be a renewal of your own self-respect, I feel. And it may even open up the way for you to explore yourself romantically more effectively with a partner, if you're with a partner, or to seek a partner. But what this is going to do for you is this is going to put you on a whole new path that again leads to the world. So what area of your life is too full? And that is the Emperor. And that's that stern analytical feeling. Maybe it's a case of, are you analysing everybody? Because you want to make sure that you don't get hurt. You want to make sure that no enemy has snuck by your maze of swords here. Could be. Could also be the influence of either yourself or another person who you see as strict or authoritative. It could be a boss, it could be a partner, it can be a father, mother even. Tell me about the Emperor, please, for Aries. Okay. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Rosie, my dog, is a little bit more animated today because my neighbours are moving house. So I apologise if you hear her whining and barking. She's fine. She's just gobby. Right, we have the Eight of Cups. We have the Page of Swords, the Death card, the Magician, the Moon, and the Knight of Cups here. Okay. Very, very interesting. So I feel that there is something for you to walk away from with this Emperor energy, and it's time for you to move on to pastures new. Because I feel that this Emperor energy is something that you've kind of fought with for a while. And maybe it was a case of you didn't really know how to express yourself to them. You really didn't know how to go about that. But if you're interested in wanting to examine why this is so full in your life, learning about it is the key. So maybe if it is another person's energy, maybe talking to them, understanding them a little bit better might help. And what that'll do is that'll help put an end to those feelings that you have around them and bring you into something else, bring you into a new you that unlocks your own ability to manifest. Because as I say, like, you put those feelings to bed, new ones arise. So let's say, for example, that this is a parent and you realize that, well, I'm not a child anymore, so I need to walk away from that mentality so that I can understand them as an adult. And instead of you feeling particular negative thoughts about it, the realization that perhaps you misunderstood them and they misunderstood you, it brings about a new respect, a new understanding that helps to clear your energy. But I feel that with the Moon and the Knight of Cups here, you're afraid and uncertain, unsure about how to express how you feel. maybe you're uncertain about what you feel as well. And that's why it's been difficult to talk about, because you're not quite sure. Now, on the other hand, if you're the one who is analytical and you're overly analysing people, again, it's the same outcome. Is that the Eight of Cups is telling you, look, it's time for you to walk away from that and investigate why you feel that way. And I understand that that's a whole, well, especially if you don't think it's wrong, it's very difficult to do that. I get that. But like I said, there are no right or wrong feelings, it's just feelings. And once you come to truth with that and start to explore it, that's when you're going to loosen the reins and you're going to start a new cycle. For the rest of the messages that came with the previous scenario, it's the same result. Now let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. You have the Sun card, you have the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Swords here. So I definitely do feel that there is some element here of you still feeling that you're in a kind of it's almost like a childlike vulnerability, which is understandable. That makes a lot of sense. You're trying to be positive and you're trying to like keep things going. You're trying to be like, hey, no, everything's fine. Look, I'm full of joy. Everything's absolutely smashing. But at the same time, there's this element of you not wanting to be seen. So maybe you're trying to sneak away without being seen. Maybe there's some aspects of yourself that you feel that you just don't like, and you're kind of scared to look at that, which is acceptable, absolutely acceptable. And maybe if this is another person's energy, you don't want them to see that. Because previously, if this is another person's energy, and I'm so sorry if this stings, but I have to be honest with what I see. Maybe there were so many disappointments from you that, or from them, that just caused so much hurt. Maybe that's one of the reasons why you're struggling to reconcile with this, is because you can't, you really want to do as much as you can to avoid getting hurt again. However, the Three of Wands here is also telling you that if you go on this journey of communication and understanding, mutual understanding, and just letting people in, it leads you to a new future. And it's one that shows an authentic you, a you that is unafraid to be seen because that's your truth. A strong you. So how are you affected by all of this? And you have the Devil card there. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles and the Emperor just fell out the deck there. So there is that aspect of this Emperor energy is precious to you. So possibly as a parent that we're talking about here. They are very, very precious to you. So yes, the Devil energy, it's that sensation of being stuck, bound, that sensation where a lot of the thoughts and feelings that are within your head have a tendency to put you down unhealthy practices and thoughts. Tell me about the Devil card for Aries, please. Thank you. Tell me about the devil card for Aries, please. Nope, you didn't want to come. That's fine. Okay. Good, good. Interesting. Right, we have the Two of Swords, we have the Five of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Three of Pentacles in reverse, and we've also got the Ace of Pentacles here. So there's a crossroads here with how you are being affected. And this is why you're struggling right now with letting people in, because you can either have that all or nothing energy, which is you keeping yourself to yourself and nobody gets involved with you. The problem with that is that that's very lonely, and it also has a potential of burning bridges. And you have with the Knight of Wands energy, you've also got the Three of Pentacles in reverse here. So it's almost like currently where you are, you're actively trying to keep people away from you in order to keep yourself protected. And I feel that maybe you feel that that's successful, because what you're doing is, it's not, you don't see it as a negative thing, I think, because the Knight of Wands is very likable, as I said. Although the wands are very likable, they're full of passion and fire and energy. And the Knight of Wands, he wants to go and experience things that are fun, but with the Three of Pentacles in reverse here, you want to do it on your own. And I feel that that's why perhaps you're keeping people at arm's length, because, but I don't want to share my fun. I don't want to share my energy. And you believe that that's working for you right now. You believe that that's working heavy in your favor. But the Six of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Three of Swords here are all asking you, is that how you really feel? Do you truly feel that you're successful with this? Because the Queen of Wands is the Queen of Swords is challenging you to think about the truth on that, and to communicate with yourself on, does this actually come from heartache? Because where you may think that you're being successful in not being hurt, the hurt is having success over you because you're not able to grow. Mm. So, oops. What to reduce from your life is the Knight of Wands energy, and that is that whole, as I said, you going off and finding your experiences on your own while keeping other people at bay. Tell me about the Knight of Wands, please. What to reduce? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's move these up here. Right, we have the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Chariot, the Seven of Cups, you've got the Emperor, and you've got the Ten of Wands on its side here. You've put so much work into your will and determination. That you really don't want to see that effort go to waste, is what I'm hearing here. And I feel that that's something that is only coming into your head because there are options around you, of people coming forward, I think. And that's something that it really just confuses the hell out of you, because no, I've gone through all of this time focusing on myself and doing my own thing and getting my successes, that now I've got these people around me that want to be a part of me, that I put so much effort into myself. That means I'm starting from scratch again. It doesn't. It really doesn't mean that you're starting from scratch again. But I think, if anything, it seems to be that you're coming full circle, and the way that you are thinking is actually becoming very much like the energy that is too full in your life. That I want to say father, that father figure in your life. You are actually more like them than you want to realize, I feel. But I think as well that part of the reason why this is going to be easier for you now in this frame of mind to speak to your father and understand them, I think that you're more inclined to do that now than you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And the reason why I say that is because your 10 of Wands is on its side. It's almost like the message coming through is, well, I kind of see their point in some things. I really don't want to fight against it anymore, but I'm also quite overwhelmed with it all. It's almost like if you just understood them, they could give you the guidance that you need. Does that make sense? The guidance that you want from them. Because they are precious to you, and you are precious to them, in the same way as your own time for yourself is precious to you. The safety of what you hold value is precious. I get that. And so will they. They will understand that. And I feel that once you start talking to them about those things that are so precious to you, that you're clinging on to so tightly, it's going to open up this whole new future for you, not just for you, but for your relationship with this Emperor energy. And it's one where you're going to be looking to the future with them, which is beautiful. And I feel that you're actually going to really embrace a lot about yourself and them going forward. I hate to tell you, but the Wheel of Fortune is telling you that the time is now to do this. Like I said, the time wasn't 5 years ago, it wasn't 10 years ago, because you were at different levels of thought processes. Now you're catching up, and you're at that point now where you can go, I kind of see your point on some things. Like a maturity was needed on your part. Not to say that you were immature, but more just the whole empathizing, sympathizing, because you've been through some shit now, and you can be like, oh, all right, okay, I get, I smell what you're cooking, that kind of thing. What to improve on is the Page of Pentacles, and that is that whole excuse me, that is that whole studious personality, doing things the correct way, um, being more reliable, more responsible. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles, please. Thank you. Anything else? Okay. Oh, that was a good card to end on. Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Sun card. You have the Six of Swords. I don't know why I keep trying to say that swords are wands. They're obviously not. You have the Devil card, the Justice on its side, and you've also got the King of Swords here. Okay. So yes, what to improve upon the Page of Pentacles here? That being studious, being doing the right thing, being reliable. I feel that that's something that you're doing already, because you are successful and you're recognized for your success, which is absolutely phenomenal. And I feel as well that with the Sun card here again, it's almost like, do you feel that you need to prove to this Emperor energy that you are happy, that you do have joy? And I feel that the reason for that is you having to prove that you're financially stable, that you're successful, and that you're also happy. I feel that that comes from something in the past. With the Six of Swords and the Devil card, the same as it was up here with the Six of Cups and the Four of Swords. These feelings that you have had surrounding this, um, what is reliable and what is dependable. These are things that have followed you for a long, long time, and it's maybe resulted in you having, well, let's be honest, meltdowns, breakdowns, really unhealthy thoughts when you haven't been successful and when you haven't been happy. But how do you measure that? What is success to you? And what does that look like? What is happy to you? What does that look like? My idea of success may be vastly different from your idea of success. Is success measured in money, possessions, achievements? Is it comfort? You know, is it contentment? All of these things have value, but they can't be measured equally. And I feel that perhaps maybe that's the answer for you. What does it look like to you, instead of, well, what does it look like to somebody else? Because then if I'm measuring my value against somebody else's, because you're not them, it'll never equate. It will never be equal, because you're not them. You're not in their head. You haven't lived their life. Does that make sense? So measure it by your own standards, because I feel that this is something that you have struggled with a long time. And I feel that the concept of fairness, fair treatment of you, has been on either side of the scales at one point or another. And there's been confusion about that, because you're like, but I did my best, but why am I not getting praised for that? Because again, your values and their values are not in alignment, because they're not yours. Communicate, honesty, intelligent thought, business acumen. intellectual pursuits, use those things that are already in your arsenal to help you figure out what value looks like to you, what happiness looks like to you, and you've got your answer. Because you are in a place where if you don't have it already, then you will have it soon, is absolute happiness and harmony. To me, personally, happiness and harmony is a massive achievement. That is success to me, personally. It's not having £1,000,000. It's not having multiple properties. It's this contentment and happiness and harmony. Express that you are looking to the future, to yourself as well as to the other people. You have so many things that you are interested in, and if you want to make something happen, you will. That's also success. And I feel that this is something that you already know. It's already coming from your instincts, so why do you not want to hear that? Why do you not want that? There's a boredom that comes with that too. So what does your intuition tell you? Now is the point where we have a look at this shadow card. Now, shadow cards, shadow work, is where we take a look at this little place that's inside us that we don't like, that we kind of try and ignore. And the point of shadow work is to bring that out of the shadow and into the light so that we can identify it, we can acknowledge it and accept it. And then it is up to you whether or not you want to change that. So your shadow card is the Three of Pentacles, and that is that cooperation. That's that family. Why did I say family? Family mentality. Interesting. That's something for you to think about, Aries. That group work that you're shying away from, the letting people in. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles for Aries, please. Okay. Interesting. Oh, okay, so we have the Lover's card, we have the Ten of Cups on its side, we have the Five of Wands, Page of Wands, and the Two of Wands here. Okay. I feel that when you make a connection with somebody, Aries, it's a strong connection. It's a deep-rooted connection. And even then, you only really want to make those kind of connections with the people who are in alignment with you. So it's potentially that you're one of these people that has a million acquaintances, but only so many friends or people that you truly value. Because in the past, when you have been involved in a group, I feel that there were so many highs and lows for you. You felt that you belonged 1 second, you felt that you didn't belong 1 second, you felt really happy 1 second, you felt really angry 1 second, or sad 1 second. And it was this yo-yoing, because what happened there was a lot of strife. Being in a group means strife. Being in a group means arguments. It means competition. It means having to keep the peace. It means involving yourself directly in other people's bullshit. And that's what you struggle with. That's really where it comes down to. other people's actions as well. But other people's actions are their own. You don't have to be a mediator. You don't have to police anybody. You don't have to make excuses for anybody. Case in point, right, years ago now, one of my friends was particularly rude to somebody else, an acquaintance, and her mother actually gave me into trouble for it. She said, your friend said this to my daughter, and I went, well, I'm not going to apologise for that. And she was genuinely taken aback. I says, look, I can't say anything about my friend's actions or words. Had nothing to do with me. They're their own person. And I stand by that to this day. So, yeah, everybody is responsible for their own actions, their own words, their own thoughts. Got nothing to do with me. So maybe think about that next time you're considering being in a group. And I feel that actually you're kind of at a point now where maybe you've gotten a little bit older, a little bit wiser, a little bit more mature, that you're starting to think that, well, it might actually be quite nice to be to go out and have a look at things. You're not yet committed to going out and looking at it, but the desire is there with the Page of Wands. The desire to go out and explore is there. It just means once you're on that path, you have to be committed to it. Do you? Who says that? Who says that you have to be committed to it? Because you don't. The true friends, the true connections are the ones where it doesn't matter how much time passes between you. But it's also about reciprocation, and that's key. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Page of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles. You got the Five of Cups and the Fool card here. The thought of you putting yourself forward to being a part of a group, does it make you feel like a child again? This naive kind of, oh, I want to be seen that I'm a good person. Because maybe something for you to consider is, look how grown I am, says the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles says, I am a fully grown woman, man, with all this success, all of this abundance, all of this beauty. I am so funny and I am so approachable and so relatable that you're going to love me. Because people do, Aries, you just don't see it. They do. And not only that, but you do have a groundedness about you. But I think the part of the reason why you're scared to share the resource that is you is because you're frightened that you're going to lose your independence and your freedom. You won't. I guarantee you, you will not. What you will gain, however, is you will gain new healing. You will gain a sense of strength about you. Your self-esteem is going to fly because of it. Now, how can you better manage your duties and responsibilities is the Eight of Wands, and that is fast action, travel, communication, unexpected change even. Tell me about the Eight of Wands, please, for Aries. Okay. Oh, what a card to have at the bottom. Oh, wow. Okay, you have the Knight of Swords, you have the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Star card, and you have the Hierophant on its side. The Knight of Swords is not afraid to jump into battle, to the point where he can be a bit reckless, and he can be a bit rebellious. However, the Queen of Pentacles suggests that if you just take a step back and have a solid head about it, activate that grounded energy that you are capable of, and not only that, but realize that you don't have to go as fast as you think you do, because you have abundant resources at your fingertips. That's going to help you, because that's going to put you onto the right path for you, which is a step away completely from that all or nothing energy from before. You can have a little bit of speed, you can have a little bit of rest, have a little bit of speed, have a little bit of rest. Be a little bit impulsive and impetuous here, be a bit more grounded and slow here. That's the right path. It's in between those two channels. A little column A, a little column B, says the Star card. See how she's got her two water carriers there. I refuse to call them by any other way, because, well, you can figure that out for yourself. And that is not a lesson that you have learned yet, right? But you will, because that is your right path. And it is one that leads you to new hope of how you move through the world, which is fantastic. A new beginning is on the horizon for you, one that is filled with opportunities and potential and optimism. But you do need to take a leap of faith with talking to and understanding with this Emperor energy, while understanding that it's okay now to go and associate with other people, but there's some work in the past for you to have a look at. You will lose that feeling of having to keep yourself protected and guarded. The things that you value. Because you can make anything happen. Nothing is not available to you at all. And there is that message of you being very defensive and very guarded over the things that have hurt you in the past, but just approach it with curiosity instead of approaching it as a fight. Be curious about it, and your cup will overflow with new emotions, beautiful emotions. Well, Aries, that is everything that I have for you today. That was a spectacular reading, I feel. Quite close to the bone, I think, but that's the whole point in these wellness check-in readings. It's a roadmap, should you wish to take it, of how you can unlock authenticity for yourself. By unlocking authenticity, it means that you unlock a new future for you, should you want to take it. So if this is the reading for you, then I hope that I've given you a lot to consider and a lot of questions to ask yourself. And as I say, if you like what you saw and heard today, then please do hit the like, share, and subscribe. Help me grow the channel. And if you're interested, I have in the description box below links to your general reading, your career and finances reading, and your manifestation reading, so you can check those out if you want to. But in the meantime, Aries, do take care of yourselves. All right, bye.